Welcome back to yoga class. I'm so glad you're here with me. Let's go ahead and get started. We're sitting here on our block, nice and relaxed. Remember, you can always put a leg out in front if that feels more comfortable, or you could sit on a chair during this relaxed breathing exercise before we get started in our poses. So here we are. We've got our palms lifted up toward the ceiling, relaxing down through our spine, connecting our thumb and our pointer finger. Starting to bring our awareness into our breath. Gentle smile on our inhale. Exhale, calming and relaxing our jaw and our shoulders. Relaxing our pelvis, down through our sit bones. Notice the float at the top of your inhale. Exhaling, diving down your spine. Notice the pause at the bottom of your exhale. Let's do a few breaths that way, inhaling up through our spine, floating above our head, exhaling down our spine, down below our sit bones, into the floor below us. Go ahead and set an intention for your practice here today. Just what quality or virtue you would like to cultivate during your time here on your mat. Could be strength, balance, maybe peace. Whatever it is for you today. Set that in the back of your mind as we go through our poses, through our practice. All right. Let's go ahead and open up our eyes, and we're going to stretch out that right arm. Put our left hand over our fingers, straightening out that elbow, gently pulling that hand back. Inhaling to our pinky, relaxing our shoulders. With each inhale, just going to that next finger, noticing that stretch go up through your palm, into your wrist and forearm. And then reaching underneath to our thumb, gently pulling down, nice twisting stretch here. And we'll release, hands come back down to our legs. Inhale, stretch out that left arm. Right hand goes over our fingers, gently pulling back. And then we inhale to our pinky, ring finger, middle finger. We're just waking up all our energy lines here. Getting that blood flowing. And then reaching underneath to our thumb, nice twisting stretch here. We'll bring our hands back down to our legs. Next inhale, we're going to roll our wrists up to the ceiling. Nice big stretch. Exhale, roll those wrists the other way. Hands come down to our legs. Big inhale here. Exhale, chin to our chest. Right hand goes behind our head, a little pressure on the back of our head, bringing our chin down toward our chest, opening up in the back of our neck here. And release, inhale our head back up. Exhale, right ear to right shoulder. Right hand goes around the side of our head, little pressure there. And release, inhale our head back up. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. shoulder, left hand going around the side of our head, little pressure on that side, relaxing that right arm, and releasing, bringing our head back up to center. And now we'll just float our head on top of our spine, bringing everything back into alignment, giving everything a nice little roll there. Big inhale, exhaling one more time, all the way down through our sit bones. Noticing that energy going through your arms, your head, and your neck. Very nice. All right, now let's take this block off to the side, and we'll come up to all fours and start warming up that spine. Spreading out those fingers, our knees are under our hips. Nice straight line through our spine. Next inhale, we're gonna drop that belly down. Tailbone goes up, looking straight ahead. Exhale, we're gonna roll our back up toward the ceiling, tucking our tailbone under. Inhale, drop our belly down. Exhale, roll our back up toward the ceiling, extending through our shoulders. Inhale, drop that belly down one more time. And exhale, roll our back up. And then we'll come back here to neutral back. Next inhale, we're going to pick up that right hand and the left knee, and we're going to reach and extend through our shoulder and back through that back foot, pushing that left hand into the mat. Belly's pulled in slightly. Exhale, hand and knee come back down. Adjusting here. Inhale, pick up our left hand and our right knee. Extending through our back foot, pushing that right hand into the mat. Palm facing right. Waking up those limbs. Exhale, hand and knee come back down. All right, now we're going to tuck those toes under and lift our seat up to the ceiling, coming up to down dog. All right, here in down dog, we've got the heels of our hands pushing into the mat, shoulder width apart, spreading out those fingers. The balls of our feet are hip width apart, and our heels are a little bit off the mat. You can bend your knees a little bit, but really they should be straight. But you should be feeling a nice big stretch in the backs of those legs. If you lift your sit bones up toward the ceiling and tilt your pelvis forward a little bit, pulling your tummy in up under your rib cage. Head's nice and loose. Very good. All right, we'll always take 5 breaths here in down dog during our sun salute. Now, next inhale, we're going to walk our feet up between our hands and stay folded over here for ragdoll. Relaxing down our spine, letting everything hang loose. You can soften your knees here so your torso comes down a little bit further. Shake your head no. Nod your head yes. Inhale, bend those elbows and hold your elbows with your hands. We're going to seesaw our arms back and forth, and then up and down, and then we'll release and let those hands come down to the mat. Now, next inhale, we're going to twist. We're going to walk our hands 45 degrees to the left, keeping that right heel on the floor. Maybe put a little pressure on that right hand. Nice little twist here. Big stretch through the back of that right leg. And then we'll come back to center, hanging loose here. Next inhale, we'll walk our hands over to the right. Little pressure on that left hand. Nice big stretch through our lower back, up through the backs of our legs. Nice little twist. And we'll come back here to center. Hanging loose one more time to bring everything into alignment. Next inhale, slowly starting to rise. I soften my knees here a little bit just to help my lower back. Slowly coming up, one vertebrae at a time. Sternum rises, shoulders come over our hips, looking straight ahead. Nice big inhale. Exhale, relaxing down through our feet. Very good. Belly's pulled in slightly. All right, here we go. Now we're going to start our sun salute. All right, so next breath. Inhale, reaching up to the ceiling, big stretch. Exhale, fold. We're going to inhale and lift halfway to flat back. Exhale, hands on the mat, and we're going to step back or hop back to plank and chaturanga down. Bending our elbows, keeping our elbows by our ribs. Inhale to cobra. Looking up toward the ceiling, squeezing our glutes. Exhale, down dog. All right, here we are in down dog. We always take 5 breaths here, keeping that head nice and loose. Pulling our tummy up under our rib cage, pushing the heels of our hands into the mat. Very good. Next inhale, we can hop or step up between our hands, lifting halfway to flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up to the ceiling, big stretch. Exhale, heart center. Here we go again. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hands on the mat, hopping or stepping back to plank and chaturanga down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. All right. Here we are, extending through our shoulders, tilting our pelvis forward a little bit, turn our knees in toward each other a little bit. Nice deep breaths. Next inhale, walking those feet up between our hands, lifting to flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reaching up to the ceiling. Exhale, heart center. One more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lifting halfway to flat back. Exhale, hands on the mat. Stepping back to plank and chaturanga down. Inhale, cobra. You can always do baby cobra, cobra, or up dog. And then we'll exhale, down dog. Okay, now, here at the end of this down dog, we are going to go into low lunges. So, we're kind of warmed up here. So next inhale, we're going to swing this right foot up inside of our right hand, and we're going to lower this left knee down to the mat and flatten our foot out here. So we've got a nice little lunge here on our right side. Now, for your knee, you can have your toe tucked under to protect your knee a little bit, or have it flat. Also, if anybody has any special issues with your knees, you can get towels like this, like you find at the Y, and you can, put a little extra cushion on your knee, and maybe that'll help it feel better. Okay, so here we are in our low lunge, and you want that left knee to be behind your hip. You want your right ankle to be right under your knee, like in our standing poses. And then we're going to take that right hand inside of our right foot. Now, we're going to lower ourselves down. Walk your hands forward and take your elbows wide. And lower your torso down next to that right thigh. Get that nice stretch through that right quad, your hip flexor. Getting a nice stretch through that left leg. You can just stack your fists there, if that feels good, or just hold yourself. And then we'll walk ourselves back up. All right, now we're going to do a little twist. So take your right hand outside of your foot. I'm My left hand's right under my shoulder, and we're gonna twist to the right and take that right hand up to the ceiling. Now you're gonna feel a nice big stretch in that right hip. Turn your gaze to look up through those fingertips, pushing your left hand into the mat, maybe going wider than center line, opening up, getting a nice stretch in your shoulder and that right hip, nice little twist. And we're gonna bring that right hand down. Now we're gonna get ready to lift. So we're gonna tuck our toes under here and maybe lift up this knee, or you could leave your knee down. Find your happy edge. But we wanna support that knee a little bit, maybe take that right foot wide. We're gonna push that right foot into the mat and lift our hands up above our head. All right, next inhale, we're gonna lean back and look up at the ceiling. You're gonna feel that great stretch go through your quad and your psoas muscle, letting your head hang back. And then inhale, hands up to the ceiling, and then exhale, hands come back down. All right, now rocking back. We're gonna bring that right knee under, adjusting here, maybe give your spine a couple of these, bring it back into alignment. Next inhale, we're gonna bring that left foot up inside of our left hand, and then sliding that right knee back. Left hand goes inside of our foot, walking our hands forward, and then elbows go wide so we can lower our torso right inside of that left leg, getting that nice stretch through that left hip flexor, our quad. Very good. All right. Inhale ourselves back up. Right hand's under our shoulder. Left hand goes outside of our foot. Next inhale, we're gonna twist to the left, taking that left hand up to the ceiling, pushing our right hand into the mat, and we wanna get that, yeah, that's right. We wanna get that nice stretch through that left hip, opening up toward the ceiling, maybe wide, get that stretch in your shoulder, and exhale, hand comes back down. All right, now taking that left hand wide, tucking our toes under. You might come up here like this, knee off the mat. That's a little more strenuous. You might leave your knee down. I'll do it up this time so you can see what that looks like. We'll lift our torso, pushing that left foot into the mat. Hands come up over our head. Next inhale, looking up toward the ceiling. Big stretch through that right quad and our psoas muscle. Nice strong legs, so good for us, nice balance. Inhale, hands come up. Exhale, hands come down to the mat and then lower that knee down. Exhale, bring that left foot, left knee back. Here we are again. I like to do a little cat-cow to bring everything back into alignment. And then we're gonna tuck those toes under and lift up to down dog. Okay, here we are in down dog. Head's nice and loose. Extending through our shoulders, nice deep breathing. Okay, and next inhale, hands come up. Feet come up between our hands, lifting halfway to flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reaching up to the ceiling, big stretch. And exhale, heart center. All right, very good. All right, so those sun salutes, you can do 10 of those. Like if it's raining or something when you usually do your walk or you want to get your heart rate up, you could do sun salutes for 20 minutes or half an hour. Just that little vinyasa flow that we did, that's really good for a whole body workout and to get your heart rate up. So it builds strength and very fluid and really gets that fire going. Getting our fire going helps our immunity, right? So we want to keep getting our heart rate up, getting out there, doing something like this every day. Okay, so now we're gonna go into our wonderful standing poses. Here we are, standing nice and straight and tall, belly's pulled in, spreading out those toes. Next inhale, we'll bend those knees, hands come up above our head. Shoulders are away from our ears, and we're gonna engage our shoulders and our arms and our hips and our legs. Everything's pushing towards center line here, nice and strong. All right, next inhale, straighten those knees and exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway to flat back. Exhale, hands on the mat. Step back to plank and chaturanga down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. All right, here we go on our right side. Taking that right foot and swinging it up inside of our right hand. Turning our left foot out, heel comes down. Pushing that right foot into the mat. And hands come up overhead for warrior one. Shoulders away from our ears. Hands facing each other. Think about that knee being right over your ankle. Left leg straight and strong. Nice deep ujjayi breathing. Belly's pulled in slightly. All right, big inhale here. We're going to twist to the left. Left arm goes back, right arm goes forward. And then we're going to turn and look over those right fingertips. Our knee is right over our ankle. Shoulders away from our ears, reaching with our arms, belly's pulled in. Gently pushing our feet into the mat. All right, next inhale, bending this right arm. Arm comes down to our leg, left arm swoops down, and here we can get that block and put it inside of our foot, and our right hand comes down. Left arm comes up to about 2 o'clock. We want to keep that left leg straight. Our upper arm is by our ear, our palms facing right, and we've got a little pressure maybe on that right leg. Your hand can come down to the mat or tent hand, or you can have your block up like this, or you could stay up like this with your elbow. Next inhale, hand comes down to our side, and here we can take that right foot out a little bit wider, kind of broadening our base. Reaching forward with that left hand. Inhale, twist to the right. Left elbow goes over right leg. Relaxing down our spine. Right hand goes behind our back. And looking over that right shoulder. Relax your lower back. Nice deep breathing. Okay. And release, and untwist, and lift, and we're going to straighten out that right leg. All right. Now we're going to go into our triangle pose. Like you're probably noticing now, this is our 4th class. There's some things we'll always do the same, and then there's some things that are going to be different. Triangle poses, all these standing poses, so good for us. We'll do every time. So good for us. It's great to be doing them together with you and keeping it consistent in our practice. Nice big inhale. Exhale, reaching forward. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. This is pyramid, so we're going to relax and let our head come all the way down. Now you're going to start feeling that great stretch up through the back of that right leg, looking back toward that back knee. Now, we're going to bring that right hand inside of our foot. Here's, we can have our block here. What's most important is that knee is straight. Next inhale, we're going to take that left hand, and we're going to open up like a book. That left arm's going to go all the way up to the ceiling. Now, here I am. I've got my block on the highest pose, and I'm feeling that great stretch go up through my right leg all the way up into my groin. So you can try your block here, or do 10 hand, as long as you keep that knee straight. If you bend that knee, all of a sudden you lose that great stretch that goes right into there. That's so important. Okay, we can open up wider than midline. Some of you guys are really loosey-goosey, and you can go, woo! Go to your happy edge, the point of discomfort but not pain. Exhale, left hand comes down. All right, now we're gonna lift and straighten here. Yes. So we're gonna do reverse prayer hands behind the back today. So I'm gonna turn around so you can see what I'm doing behind my back. Okay, so for prayer hands behind the back, our legs are straight, just like triangle pose. Our hands come behind our back. We're gonna wrap our right finger over our left and flip our hands up into a little TP, like this. Now this, we don't have to do that. We could just kind of keep our hands like this. We can hold our wrists. We want to lift our sternum and draw our shoulders back, getting that nice stretch in your shoulders. But if we are doing our little reverse prayer hands, we've got our TP here. And then if you start to kind of scoot your hands back and forth and make those fingers go up your spine, maybe you can bring those palms together and back. And then we're going to turn our torso so it goes over that right leg. Lifting our sternum, drawing our elbows back to get that great stretch all the way from our shoulders, all the way down our arms and our wrists and our hands. So good for us. Carpal tunnel, tendinitis, all of this stuff we're preventing against with this great yoga stuff we do. Okay, so we're turning our torso over that right leg. Nice big inhale. Lead with your sternum, lead with your heart, goes forward. And then our tummy goes down, and then we're looking there at our shin. And looking back at that left leg. And now let's do a little micro adjustment, taking those elbows up toward the ceiling. Relax your lower back. Big stretch up through the back of that right leg. And then we'll inhale, lift ourselves back up. Relax, letting those hands come down. We're gonna feel that, woo, kind of roll our wrist there a little bit. So good for us. Turning our torso to face straight ahead, bending that right knee. Hands come down to the mat. Flip that left foot up, rocking back. We've got a nice plank here. Now we're gonna chaturanga down. You can always go knees, hips, chest. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. All right, here in down dog, let's just move around a little bit. Just kind of tread our knees, bend our knees left to right, lifting our sit bones up, give our head a little shake, maybe shake out our arms a little bit. Getting ready to go on the other side. All right, next inhale, that left foot comes up inside of our left hand. Turning our right foot out, pushing that left foot into the mat, coming up to warrior one on the left. Nice and strong and grounded. Hands are over our shoulders, shoulders are over our hips. Left knee is over our ankle, right leg is straight and strong. Nice deep ujjayi breathing. We can engage our shoulders and our arms for extra strength. Very nice. All right, nice big inhale here. We're going to twist to the right, opening up to the side. Shoulders stay right over our hips. And then we're going to turn and look over those left fingertips. Our knee is over our ankle. Reaching with our hands, belly's pulled in, shoulders are away from our ears. Gently pushing our feet down toward the mat. Next inhale, bending that left elbow. Bending at the waist, that right hand goes down and then up to about 10 o'clock. Our left hand can go down to our block here. Palm facing left, reaching up to 10 o'clock. Maybe a little pressure on that left leg. Extending through your shoulder. Nice, straight, strong right leg. Little pressure pressure on that left leg. Palm facing left. Next, inhale, bring that right arm down. Push your left foot into the mat. Take our stance a little bit wider here. Reaching forward with that right arm. Inhale, twist to the left. Right elbow goes over left leg. Right hand's resting on our shoulder. Left hand's resting here on our lower right back. Relaxing our lower back. Looking up maybe toward the ceiling. Maybe a little pressure on that left leg. And release and untwist. And lift. Go ahead and straighten that left leg. All right. Getting ready for our triangle poses. Legs are straight, turning our torso to face straight ahead. Bending at our waist, reaching forward with those arms, and then letting those hands come down to the mat on either side of our foot. Relaxing our lower back, looking back at that right knee. Big stretch through the back of that left leg. Inhale, bring that left hand inside of our foot. Right arm opens up to the side, and then hand goes up to the ceiling. Pushing that left hand into the mat. Opening up toward the sky. Big stretch up through the inside of that left leg. Exhale, hand comes down. Left hand goes on the outside and lift. Very good. Now we'll do the prayer hands behind the back. I'm going to turn back around this way. Hands come back behind us. Palms together. Maybe just holding here, lifting our sternum, drawing our shoulders back. Maybe we're going to make that little TP with our fingers and kind of scooch our hands up our back, bringing our palms together. Turning, legs straight. Over that left leg now, leading with our heart, bending at our waist, and then our head comes down, and we're looking at our shin there. Looking back at that back leg. Pushing those elbows up toward the ceiling. Relax our lower back a little bit. Very nice. And we'll inhale and lift. Relaxing those hands down our spine, rolling our arms and our shoulders a little bit. Bending that left knee, hands come down to the mat. Taking our right foot up, rocking back, bringing that left foot back. Nice strong plank here. Chaturanga down. Inhale, cobra. And we'll exhale, child's pose. So our big toes will come together. Seat comes down to our heels, head comes down to our mat. Taking those elbows wide. Relaxing down through our spine. Nice deep breath. Now let's bring those arms around to the sides of our calves, resting our forearms on the mat. Palms facing up toward the ceiling, letting those shoulder blades come away from our spine. Inhale, hands come back up above our head, lifting our seat up, got a little itch. Tucking our toes under and lifting that seat up toward the ceiling. Nice down dog here. Head's nice and loose, spreading out those fingers, tilting that pelvis forward, extending through those shoulders. Belly's pulled in up under our rib cage. And next inhale, feet come up between our hands, lifting halfway to flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lifting, and we're going to come up to chair one more time. So we're going to bend those knees. Hands come up above our head, relaxing our lower back so our seat comes down a little bit more. And we're going to engage those shoulders and our arms. flexing our legs. Everything's pushing towards center line. Deep Ujjayi breathing. Inhale, straighten those legs. Palms come together. And then thumbs come down to our sternum, relaxing all the way down through our feet, spreading out those toes. Gentle smile on our face. Very nice. Okay, very good. Well done, standing poses. Okay, moving on. We're going to go to our balance pose now, and our balance pose today is eagle pose. So eagle pose, there's two parts of it. There's an arm part, and there's a leg part. I'll do the arm part first. For the arms, we're going to bring both arms up, make a little L shape there. Upper arms are parallel to the floor. We're going to take our left hand under our right, left arm under our right, and we're going to bind here like this. You could use your pinky or your thumb like this, lifting up that elbow so your upper arm is parallel to the floor, or if it's not possible to bind in any way, just have that upper arm parallel to the floor and bring these hands as close together as you can. We want to open up in our back, bringing the shoulder blades away from our spine. Okay, so we've got the arm part. I'm going to kind of face this way so you can see what I'm doing with my legs. I'm finding a focal point with my eyes on the ground in front. Bending my knees. We're going to shift our weight to that right foot, to that left foot, because I am mirroring you, to that left foot. We're going to take our right knee and bring it over our left leg. Find that focal point. Now, you could be right here with this toe and just bring that right knee in toward middle line. Think about your head being over that left foot. Maybe you're here. You might bind, wrapping that right foot around your calf. It's hard for me to do when I'm talking, but you can go toward that way. Wherever you're at today, hold for nice, deep, grounded Ujjayi breathing, about 5 breaths. Whoop. And then after 5 good breaths, untwist and straighten that leg. Very good. Whew. Nice deep breaths. Now we're going to turn and go this way. Inhale, hands come up. This time we're going to take our right arm underneath our left, binding here, lifting that right elbow up so my upper arm's parallel to the floor, bending our knees, finding our focal point. Inhale, shift our weight over that right foot. Then drawing that left knee in. Maybe you bring that left foot on top of your right foot. Maybe we're crossing over. Little micro adjustments. Maybe you're going to bind here. Nice deep breaths. Okay, and then we're going to untwist and straighten and open up. Very good. All right, let's open up that chest. Everything was kind of in this way. Let's open up, big breath, belly's pulled in. Now, moving on to wide angle poses. So here, we're gonna have our feet opened up like this on our mat, toes pointing to the edge. I'm gonna turn this way so you can see what I'm doing from the side. Next inhale, we're going to reach up to the ceiling, big stretch. Exhale, folding, bringing those hands down below our shoulders, relaxing down our spine. Letting our head hang loose, shoulders hang loose. Tilting our pelvis forward a little bit. We're getting traction in our vertebrae here. Notice the weight of your head, creating space in your spine, getting that blood flowing. It's so good for us. Nice inversion. Okay, inhale, we'll bring ourselves back up. Now we'll bring our hands behind our back, lacing our fingers together. Lift our sternum, drawing our shoulders back and lifting those hands away from our seat. Belly's pulled in. Exhale, bending in our waist. Shoulders come down to the mat until we're looking behind us. And then we're going to push those hands up toward the ceiling. Let those shoulder blades come together. Relax your shoulders. Relax your jaw. Spread out those toes. Maybe push those hands up a little bit higher. And now we'll inhale and slowly come back up. Very good. Releasing those hands. Now, one more time, our hands go up, and this time we're going to get our peace fingers ready. Exhale, folding. We're going to take those fingers and put them in between our big toe and our second toe and binding with our fingers. Bending our elbows. We're going to pull ourselves a little deeper into the pose. We're going to bend at our waist here, tilting our pelvis forward. You can put your hands around your calves or your ankles. What is most important is that your legs are straight. So we get that nice big stretch up through our hamstrings. Our elbows bend wide. Head's nice and loose. We can shift our weight to the outsides of our feet, getting that nice stretch up through our ankles, into our shins and our calves. Nice deep breathing. Next inhale, hands come back to center, bending our knees. We're going to start to rock back and forth, bringing our heels under our sit bones and relaxing in, settling in here to Malasana. All right, so in Malasana, your heels might be off the mat. Everybody's kind of different in their Achilles back here. Just relax, find your happy edge for today. Lift our sternum, put a little pressure on the insides of our legs. Maybe our palms come here to heart center, or you can use your hands to balance. Either way is totally fine. Relaxing that lower back. Nice deep breaths. You might close your eyes here. Now our hands are going to come down to the mat, and we're going to bring our knees down, and you're just going to flip your feet forward so they're facing me. I'm going to go this way so you can see what's happening on the side. I think it'll be easier. You'll see everything better if I'm going this way. Okay, so here we are. We've got our feet forward. I like to push my hands into the mat to kind of like just bring my spine back into alignment. And next thing we're going to do is we're going to bend this left knee, and we're going to bring our foot on top of our leg here. Now, if that's not available, we can put our foot inside of our thigh. We just don't want to put our foot on top of our knee because that'll compromise that knee joint. So here we are, flexing our left foot. Right knee is bent, foot's over our leg. My left hand's behind me and below my shoulder, and my right hand goes over my knee. My fingers are just kind of gently draped over my knee like this. Now, next inhale, we're going to use the heel of that hand to push our leg, our knee down toward the floor, giving a nice little twisting stretch in that right hip. You can move the heel of your hand back if that's where your happy edge is. You can just find where you're at that point of discomfort but not pain, getting that nice stretch. Some people it might be up here, some people it might be up here. You know, everybody's hips are different. So just as long as you're relaxing your lower back and feeling that stretch through your hip, you're good. Okay, so then we're going to release, and we're going to bring that right hand back like our left hand is below our shoulders. Now here, still flexing that left foot, we're going to arch our back. So our sacrum goes back, and we drop our head, shoulder blades kind of come together, and we're going to use our hip flexor to move that right knee down toward the floor.
pushing the heels of our hands into the mat. And then we're going to take our chin up toward the ceiling to get a stretch down our neck. Everything's pushing and stretching. And release. Chin comes in, head comes up, and we'll walk our hands forward. Very nice. Okay, adjusting here. Got my belt there. So now you can use your hands to adjust, and we're gonna tilt our pelvis forward and bring our hands around the sides of our calf, and we're gonna take our tummy down toward our foot. And we can use your belt here. If you like to use your belt and use your arms, chin goes toward our shins, relaxing down our spine, getting that nice big stretch through that right hip. Flexing that left foot. Very good. And then we'll release and bring ourselves back up and uncross and straighten that leg. I like to push my hands into the mat, bringing everything back into alignment. And now we're going to bend this left knee. Left foot goes over our leg, flexing that right foot. Right hand comes back here, flexing that right foot. Left hand goes over our knee, gently pushing, getting that nice twisting stretch there in that left hip. And release, bringing that left hand behind us, opening up through our chest, arching our back, using that left hip flexor to take that knee down toward the mat, pushing our hands into the mat, flexing that right foot, and then taking our chin up toward the ceiling. And then chin comes in, head comes up, walking our hands forward, bringing our hands around that calf, tilting our pelvis forward. We can bring that belt in again if you'd like, putting around the arch of our foot. Relax down our spine. Relax our shoulders away from our spine. Good. And release. And bring ourselves back up. Okay, so next we're going to do cobbler pose. So we're going to bend our right knee, bring our feet together. We're going to bring our hands around our toes, walk our sit bones in toward our heels, lift our sternum, bend our elbows, and bring our tummy down toward our feet. Now we can use our elbows to put a little pressure on the insides of our legs, rolling our back up toward the ceiling, bringing our forehead down toward our toes, opening up through our spine there. Very good. Inhale, lift ourselves back up. Now, we're going to put our peace fingers around our big toes again, and we're going to lean back and just balance there on our sit bones. Looking straight ahead, maybe up toward the ceiling, the far end of the ceiling. We're going to start to make little micro adjustments, lifting our feet up and opening up, taking our feet wide. Relax through your shoulders. Notice that nice stretch through your shoulders. Okay, now, if you like, we can roll back and flip. So what you're going to do is you're going to relax your lower back and pull those feet, engage your abs. And, whoa, I got a lot of stuff here. And just roll over. You could bring your hands back and use your hands to push yourself over like this. Feels so good. Open up through the back of your neck. I got my little ponytail thing back there. And then we're gonna roll back down. And then you could come back up like this. Ta-da! And bring your feet in. Very good. Oh, that was so graceful. Ha! It's perfectly imperfect yoga right here, folks. Woohoo! All right, next. we've got bridge pose. Okay, so we're gonna bring out back down to the mat. Relax our abs. I've got to take my ponytail thing out because it's like literally sitting right there where my head hits the mat. Not comfortable. I've got to make adjustments. All right, so here we are getting ready for bridge pose. So our knees are bent and our hands are flat on the mat. We just adjust our spine here a little bit. Now, we're going to think about our spine like a string of pearls. And in our next inhale, we're going to take our tailbone and our sacrum up toward the ceiling. Hips go up. Chin comes down. Walking our shoulder blades together and lacing our fingers together underneath our seat. Let our tummy come down toward our spine. Pushing our shoulders into the mat. Pushing our heels into the mat. Nice deep Ujjayi breaths. All right, and then we'll release our hands, walk our shoulder blades away from our spine, and slowly bring our spine back down to the mat, one vertebrae at a time. Very good. Okay, now we're going to do that again. Next inhale. Sacrum goes up, hips go up toward the ceiling, lower back and upper back. Walking our shoulder blades together, lacing our fingers together underneath the mat. Chin's tucked under, opening up in the back of our neck, squeezing our glutes, letting that tummy come down toward our spine. Deep Ujjayi breaths. And then we'll release those hands, walk our shoulder blades away from our spine, letting our vertebrae come down one at a time. One more time. Very good. And then we'll go ahead and straighten out those legs, adjusting our spine here, letting everything relax. Down toward the floor. Maybe notice where you're feeling the strongest sensation. Maybe it's your lower back. Why don't we do a little counter pose here? Go ahead and bend those knees and bring your legs up to your chest. Take your hands around your shins. Inhale, lift our head up and curl up into a tiny little ball, relaxing that lower back, pulling ourselves in. And release and relax, head comes down and feet come down. Let's leave our knees bent here and get ready for our supine twist. All right, next inhale. Right leg goes over our left, drawing our knees up a little bit, and then we're going to drop those knees all the way over to the left. Left hand goes over our right leg. And then we're going to take that right arm wide, palm facing the ceiling, and we're going to turn our head and look over that right arm. Relaxing our lower back, relax our shoulders. Just think about spreading out. Notice if you might be holding tension anywhere. This is a passive pose, so everything should be relaxed. We'll release that right leg and uncross our knees and bring our knees to center. Hands come down to our side and adjusting our spine. Next inhale, we'll take that left leg over our right, lifting up our right foot a little bit, drawing our knees in, and then dropping those knees all the way over to the right. Our right hand's resting there on our left leg, and our left arm goes wide, palm facing the ceiling. And we turn our head and we look over that left arm. Now, notice if you're holding tension anywhere here. Let everything melt down toward the floor again. Nice and relaxed, so good for our back. Nice passive twist. Okay, and we will release and uncross those knees and bring those knees back to center. Hands come down to our sides again. Adjusting our spine, drawing those legs up, curl up into a little ball one more time, just because we just twisted and we want to bring everything back into alignment before we get ready for our final Shavasana. Relaxing our back. Let's still hold our shins here. Relax your lower back so your knees open up. And now let's just rock from side to side. Very good. Giving that lower back a little attention. All right, coming back here to center. Feet come down to the mat. Straightening out our legs. Relaxing our arms. Now, for today, for our final Shavasana, I want you to roll to your side and lift yourself up. We're going to do legs up the wall. So for legs up the wall, you have to find a wall somewhere. I'm going to use this wall over here by me. And I'm just going to move my mat over here. This is a really good final pose. And it's very nice to do before you go to bed. It gets you nice and calm and grounded and relaxed for bed. Okay, so this is how we get into it. You're going to bring your hip right up to the wall. And then you're going to lower your back down and take your legs up. And you want your sit bones to be as close to the wall as you can get them. Everybody's different. We want those legs to be as straight as they can be. Knees can be soft. Okay, make our adjustments here. Nice and relaxed. You might have your hands open up like this, palms facing up toward the ceiling. You might like to take your elbows wide and just rest your hands on your belly. Find what feels comfortable for you. And then we're going to start to relax and start our breath meditation. Getting ready here to transition out of our practice. So go ahead and bring that awareness into your breath. Notice the float at the top of your inhale. And then exhaling, notice the pause at the bottom of your exhale. Relax your jaw and your shoulders. Relax through your lower back. Notice how your belly gently rises on your inhale, creating space for those lungs to expand, get a nice deep breath. Notice the sensations you're feeling in your feet, down through your legs and your hips. Notice how your body's adjusting the hair in your legs above your heart, shifting our circulation. All right.
you could stay up here for as long as you wanted. And when you're ready, let's just bring our legs down to the side. Bend your elbow and your knees. Rest your head on your arm. Relaxing here on our side. Let everything melt down toward the floor one more time. Maybe think back to your intention and think about how you can take that into the rest of your day. Strength, flexibility, balance in your life. Thank yourself for all the hard work you do for your body. We'll start moving our fingers, wiggling our toes, start to move our spine around, opening up our eyes, starting to focus. And go ahead, push yourself back up to a nice seated position. I changed. Rest our thumbs right here on our sternum, relaxing down through our sit bones. May the intentions of our heart and the words of our mouth and the thoughts of our mind be to the glory of God. Namaste.